you need to create an application, and I've created 2 applications in here, and you notice this has got an app ID. And then you open in here, and so in order to get the plugin working you need a few credentials. You need this application ID, and that goes in here, in the application ID and the headers. You don't need to put, and you'll notice here there are dev settings, and there are these settings up here which don't have dev next to them. These are the production settings. They'll have different values to the ones that are in dev. So this application ID goes in the headers here, and then the next thing you need is this access token. So that's the access token, and that goes in here in the API key. So this is very secret, this thing here, and if it's okay, in this case it's okay because it's just my sandbox account, but you need to put the word bearer in a space in front of here. And then the next thing you need is this location ID, and you find the location ID down in here under locations, and a location, and there's one, when you create a sandbox account you'll get one default location ID. In Square, a location is kind of like could be like a store, so you could have an online store and a physical store, and they would have different location IDs. And that goes here in the app. So it's entirely possible to change the location ID depending on the transaction, but this is for the page, for the payment form where you put in the card. So when the Web SDK creates the nonce, that is the sort of encoded card number and expiry date and so on, this location ID is embedded into that. So that's why you have one location ID here. And if you're in sandbox, this value needs to be sandbox, and then in production up in here this needs to be empty. So that's how you configure the plugin.